Mm. Mm. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Alright, so I'll try to pay attention to y'all as much as possible while doing this. No guarantees. But I'm doing a requested Parallax tutorial. The way I do it may be different than other people, so, you know, if you have a different way of doing that, that's cool, but this is how I do it. So, yeah. First things first, I always get together what I need. So, I made my map, you know, what I'm going to fill in the spots here. I'm going to do a secret treehouse area. So, yeah, I'm going to be using Celianna's Parallax tools, so she has a whole bunch on the RPG Maker web forums. So in Photoshop, I have a whole bunch of her stuff open right now. So like I have her trees, because I probably will need her trees. I've got this giant tree house, which I will be adding. And I've got the nature tiles, which I might need. And I've got her basic big tree, so which I feel like I'm gonna need. Will you be saving this stream too? Yes, I will be saving this one. I will be uploading it to YouTube for anybody who wants to go back and watch it. So here we go. So I'm gonna start really simple on my map, which I made 25 by 25, just for shiggles. Hopefully everything will fit in there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to up it to 30 by 30 because I feel like I'm going to need a little bit more room. So let's do that, 30 by 30. So we're going to make a new file in Photoshop, but first we need to find out how many pixels we're going to need the file size to be. So it's 30 by 30. Each square on RPG Maker VX Ace is 32 by 32 pixels. So, simple math, if you do 32 by 30 and 32 by 30, you'll have your pixel width and height. So, 32 times 30 equals 960. So, we are going to need a Photoshop file. We'll go to New with the pixel size of 960 by 960. You've spent 2 weeks on 3 maps. It does take a while to parallax. I'm not going to be spending a whole lot of time on shadows and stuff like that. This is just a basic bottom layer, same as character layer, and an above layer. I'm not going to do shadows. I'm not going to do all this other stuff. I'm just going to do the basics, because I feel like the other stuff would just take too much time to do a tutorial for the short time that I typically have to do a video. So that's what I have. And you'll see I created a grid for when I'm editing in Photoshop. The way that you do that in Photoshop is you go to View, and you want to... I snap to my grid. That just helps me put things where I need to put them. And then you want to show your grid. To set your grid, you do it in Edit, Preferences, and then there's the grid, Guides, Grids, and Slices. I do a grid line every 32 pixels by 1 subdivision. That means it's just 1 square. You could do 2 subdivisions, and that'll give you 2 subdivisions per square. But I just want 1. Story focused. Yeah, maps. Makes map 2525 just to be dickish. Deathpunk, you can do whatever you want to do. You can make this however you want to make it. This is not a tutorial on making the same map. This is a tutorial on just parallaxing. So you do what you want. Okay, man? I'm a coder, not an artist, so going to try, but probably would sink that much time into it. Yeah. It's, you know, it's one of those things. The more you practice it, the faster you're going to get at it. So parallaxing is not actually too difficult. It's just if you want your stuff to be perfect, you can make it perfect. We could make 1 by 1, That would be a very, very tiny map. What's freezing? I don't know what's freezing. You're freezing. I'm not freezing. Okay, so I'm just going to fill this with grass because this is going to be a grassy forest area. And then I will add in like any grass like this later if I want to. But honestly, this is all I want. I'm starting really, really basic. And then I'm going to make some cliff sides. So these are going to be my cliff sides. I'm going to make them kind of tall. I'm going to do a 3 tall cliff side. It's going to kind of circle the area. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just doing it like that because I want to. What's frozen? Is it frozen for anybody else? I'm going to take the shadows out. Personally, I don't really care for them. Okay. Okay. So it must be okay, yes, try refreshing. Okay, so I got my cliffside. Okay, that's all I'm going to put on there. I'm going to do the rest in Photoshop. So I'm going to import this into Photoshop because I don't feel like putting all the grass in there myself. I always do that in RPG Maker VX Ace. So I'm going to do print screen. That's going to capture the screen. Or what I like to use, which other people may not know, it's called the snipping tool in Windows 7. If you have Windows 7 or later, you can use the snipping tool, which is very easy to look up. If you go to your start menu, you can look up snipping tool, and it'll eventually load. There it is, snipping tool. When you open the snipping tool, you get to select a portion of the screen that you want to copy. I just select my map, and that's that. So that just makes a quick selection of it. I know I got on the outsides. I did that on purpose just so I can put it where I want it. When you're done with that, you can just copy it, and then you can paste it into RPG Maker VX Ace. I love snipping tool because it saves me a lot of time of having to do the whole print screen stuff. Hey, Brandon Hill, how's it going? Dun, dun, dun. So I got it in Photoshop now. I'm gonna zoom in. I just make sure my edges are fine. So there you go. You size it to the exact size of your Photoshop image. And you see how that magic has worked. It's amazing. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. So that's that. Okay. We're going to go back to RPG Maker VX Ace. Yeah, everything looks good. So everything else I'm going to do in Photoshop as far as making this map. I'm going to make it very simple. So I'm not going to spend too much time building it. I'm just going to basically get the ideas. So I'm going to name this bottom layer. Such pretty grass. Yes, very pretty grass. Okay, so we're going back. Okay, yeah, Photoshop. Okay, giant trees. I'm going to copy one of these giant trees into my project. Another trick for you guys out there when copying something. I'm copying this whole area. You could use the lasso tool if you want. It takes too much time to me. I use the square tool. and then I deselect whatever I don't want. Deselecting is holding Alt with the selection tool and deselecting what you don't want. So I just deselected this. I don't need it. But I have the whole tree now. I'm going to Control C. And I'm going to go into my new file and paste it. And there's a giant tree. It's huge. So what I'm going to do is just put a couple of these in here. Put one in front of the other just slightly so there's a little bit of depth. And then some people don't mind this shadow, some people do. The easiest way to get rid of that is just use your lasso tool and kind of go around the edge here. And then you can get rid of it if you want to. You know, that's up to you. I don't really care. I'm going to leave it there. You can take your time to do that. It's too big, burn them. No, they're beautiful. I'm keeping them the way they are. Okay, and now I'm going to get the tree with the, oh yeah, it's in Photoshop. With the tree house in it. Because that's what I want. I want the tree house. We are not burning the trees? What is this? Are you a pyromaniac? Don't play with fire. Kids, don't play with fire. They would be beautiful. Oh my gosh. You people. Okay. Well, as long as you're hypothetically burning them and you're not actually burning them, that's fine. Bam. Okay. So I'm just going to put this like right here. I think that looks great. I think that looks wonderful. Elcar made it! Yes! Elcar, I haven't done much. Okay, I'm going to go over briefly what I did, just because I know you wanted to be here. But in RPG Maker VX8, I made a map. I'm making a secret treehouse area. So I made a map that's 30 by 30. And that's 960 by 960 pixels for GIMP or Photoshop, whichever program you're using. And I made that file. I used a nifty tool on Windows called the snipping tool. The snipping tool basically allows you to select an area of the screen that you want to copy instead of just doing print screen. It kind of depends. I have two monitors, that's why I don't do print screen, because it just copies too much of the screen. Snipping tool can just select a portion of the screen. So I just selected the portion of the screen that I wanted, and I copied it inside snipping tool. And you don't have to save it. And then you just paste it into Photoshop and put it where you want it. Kind of like what I went over yesterday. So we've got our giant tree. So what I'm going to do with my giant tree is I'm going to make sure that it's lined up on the squares how I want it when I'm walking on the squares, like with my character. So I'm going to scoot it over to where this is centered right here. So that is important because when I'm walking, I want to walk on the actual part that I need to walk on. Oh. Now Necromedes is right. You can use the Hime's map capture script. That's another good one. Yes, thank you, Leiden. Okay. This music is kind of distracting me slightly. I'm going to change the song. Sure, whatever. Okay. Alright, here's where it gets fun. Actually, I'm going to put a few more trees in there just for shiggles. I'm going to use these trees. I'm just going to copy it again. I'm still selected where I need to be selected. And I'm going to paste it. I'm just going to put just around the border. Just so I kind of have a border to this map. Some unpassable area for the character. Kind of randomize it a hair. These are giant trees. I'm just using giant trees just for fun. Okay. So there we go. We got a passable area. So the character can just kind of walk in this area. Some of this will be on top. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. So far, so good. Alright. I want to move this a hair so you can see the background a little bit. There we go. They are very giant trees. They are huge. They're monstrous trees. Okay. So that's that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to group these trees all together on one layer. Bam, merge layers. Now they're all stuck together. They can't do anything. They can't do anything without each other. What I'm going to call this is I'm going to call this trees bottom. And then I'm going to copy it. I'm going to duplicate that layer. So you can do this in GIMP as well. I don't know where you can do it, but I right click on the layer and I duplicate it. And I'm going to call this trees top. The cliff kind of serves another border. I know you can't really see it anymore, but a miniature version of the treehouse right beside the other. Why would I do that? Just for like a squirrel? So like the guy has a squirrel that lives in a treehouse exactly like that one. Is that what you're thinking? That's what I would think. I can do that. I'll copy it. When resizing things with Photoshop, with the transformation tools, I always, let's see, show transformation tools. When I start resizing it, and I resize it to what I want it to be, like a squirrel house. Yeah, totally. I see what you're saying. What I do is I, right here on the interpolation, I choose nearest neighbor, because that's going to get the pixels without using like anti-aliasing or anything like that to smooth the pixels. It just leaves them like more harsh. Like, I feel like it's more accurate. Sometimes it is. In this case, it's kind of, since it's such a big resize, I don't know if that's going to be good. I'm trying to undo, but it's not letting me. Okay, there we go. It's really a bunny house. That's funny. It's tiny. He's tiny. It's a replica. Cool. Some music. Okay. Cool idea. I'm probably not gonna keep it for now, but whoever's making the map can totally do that if they want to. Okay. So my trees top and my trees bottom. So what I'm going to do with the trees top is I'm going to remove the shadows. So I'm going to do a select color range. I'm just going to select all of the shadows. Crap. You know what I forgot to do? You need to hide the bottom layer when you do this. Okay, now the reason is so that you can choose this gray color and not the green gray color. So color range, we'll do that. See all that white? That's all that's going to be selected. I'm going to get rid of it for the top layer because I don't want the shadows to be on the top layer. So there we go. And now it's gone. So when I get rid of that, it got rid of some stuff that I didn't want it to get rid of. So I'm going to change how I select it. So select color range. I'm going to change the fuzziness down a little bit where it, yeah, that's probably what I want right there. Change the fuzziness where it just gets the main shadows, the shadows that are on the ground. There we go. That's good. So when we get rid of that layer, hey, look, all the shadows are gone. Yay! No more shadows. No more shadows. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so for the top layer, I'm actually going to get rid of a lot of stuff. Hey, Cash Cat. So I'm going to start using my lasso tool like crazy. And I'm going to turn off my snap to grid so I can actually select things more accurately. So if you had turned on your grid selection and you'd like to turn it off, you could do that. I like to turn it off. So for the top layer, I'm going to get rid of everything that's going to be on the bottom layer. So that I want mainly on the bottom layer. So I want the bottom of this trunk, basically the whole thing, to about this point right here to be gone. So I'm going to select all that, come in here, select all that, and delete. Boom. Now it's gone. No more tree trunk. Hey Don, what's up? Now I'm going to get rid of this tree trunk to about this point. So probably, yeah. So I can walk behind it. I'll start here and start selecting this area. I'm going to leave these vines. Oh, jeez. This is getting a little sloppy. Delete. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. That's really not that bad. I'm not going to pay too much attention to detail right now, just because this is a quick tutorial. Quick-ish. So I'm getting rid of the bottom layer right now of the trunk and leaving just the top layers. The layers that you can walk behind or under. Perfect. Okay. Again, I'm not going to pay too much attention to detail. Okay, and the last part is this one. Because all this stuff, really you can walk under that. So I'm going to leave all that. You're going to walk under the trees, yes. And through them, yes. Yes'm. Yes, sir. Yes'm. Whatever you are. Okay. And again, probably to about right there. And here we go. Here we go. Just gotta kind of make sure you select pretty close to where the tree is. Bam. Delete. And you can kind of tidy things up if you'd like. Come in here and delete some of this stuff so it doesn't look, when you're walking under it, you don't see some of those funky brown pixels on there and you're like, oh, what's up with those brown pixels? Why are they in the tree? What are these funky brown things? Funky brown things. And that's pretty close to me. Yeah, that works. That works pretty good. I'm going to fill this in with black right here, because when I deleted some of that, it took it out, so I don't want to see the character behind that. So I'm going to use my trusty fill tool. Wherever it is, there it is. And I need black. Kind of this dark brown. Okay, I'm just going to use the brush. Pencil tool, where's my pencil tool? The squirrels left those houses in the trees, obviously. Oh yes, definitely. Okay, pencil tool, size 1 pixel. There we go. Why am I not drawing in there? What's happening? What's not happening? I should be drawing in there. I don't know why I'm not. Opacity set to 100. That is so weird. You know what? Just to be quick, I'm just going to copy this door from here. Just to be quick. Control C. Control V. Boom. And I'm going to merge these two layers. That solved that problem. Merge layers. Bam. Just in case the player decides to go behind that tree and you don't see him through the door, because that'd be kind of weird. Da 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 da. Okay, and this is the top layer. So this is everything that's going to be on top. You can always come back and tweak it. So I'm going to call this trees top. Okay, great. Okay, so tree's bottom, it's going to have everything that's on the bottom, obviously, and the ground. What I want is maybe some shrubbery, but I can add that in the editor if I want. You can group shrubbery together in here just for time's sake. I'm going to not do any of that here in Photoshop. So what am I going to do now? I am going to save these individual layers. So I'm going to save these two together, and then I'm going to save this one by itself. So let's do that. In Photoshop, I like to do a export to web. PNG 24. That's just for quality purposes. I don't know that you could import a JPEG in there. I doubt that a JPEG for a Parallax would look that great anyways. And then this is going to go into graphics parallaxes. And I'm going to name this Secret Treehouse. Bam, Secret Treehouse. Okay. The knights want a shrubbery. That's funny. I'll add shrubbery. Okay. And then I'm going to save the tree's top by itself as one thing. So let's do that. File, save for web. And we'll save it. This one is going to go in the pictures folder. So we'll go to graphics, pictures, and we're going to name it fixed something or other. So it's due to the script, so it needs to have a open caret, kind of like a, I forget which caret that's called, whatever. Open parentheses, fixed, close parentheses, and then the name of it. So this is going to be Secret Treehouse. Nah. Oh man, you guys. You guys are silly. Okay, so we got it. Fixed Secret Treehouse. Boom. So that has to do with the script that I'm using. So for reference, I'll show you which scripts I'm using. Again, I'm going to go to my scripts. My first script that I'm using is the Yanfly Parallax lock. So this one is the one that locks the parallax, the bottom parallax, in place while you're walking. So I'm going to use a tile locked parallax on this map, which is going to lock the parallax to the tiles. So when you're walking around, it only moves as you walk, like you're walking on the map itself. So we're going to do that. That note tag goes in here into the note on the map, so it locks the tile in place with this script. The second script that I'm using is where is it? I fail. Fixed image. Yeah, there is fixed image. Okay, so this one's, let me rename that so I know, make sure. It's by Sear UK and Original Widge. Like an Egyptian? Who's texting me? Oh, it's Facebook. Okay. Sears fixed image. Okay, so this allows me to put the fixed prefix in front of a picture so that when I show the picture in the game, it stays just like the parallax lock. It stays where it's supposed to stay instead of moving around like all wonky like. So that's the technical term, all wonky like. So here we go. So this right here on RPG Maker, on any tile set that you're using, this one right here is your parallax, your bottom parallax. What you want to do is make sure that you're showing it in the editor so that you can see whatever you're doing. So I'm going to do this, and it's going to magically make my stuff appear, hopefully. Oh, I didn't set the graphic. I have to set the graphic like a crazy kid. Secret Treehouse. Here we go. Duh. Yes. Wonky like. That's me. Dr. Drassery. I am Doctor. Not just wonky, it's wonky like. Yes. Here we go. Graphic Treehouse. Yeah, make sure that's there. Okay, here we go. So now when I'm filling in this, bam, there it is. See? And it works perfectly. It is set as the parallax background. You have the tile lock note tag, so it's locked to the tiles in game, and then you're showing it in the editor. And here it is. When you use the the clear parallax tile there. Fantastic. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? Okay. Now, it'd be awesome if you could just, insert your character and start the game, and this would just work. It would be great, but there's a little bit more complication to it than that. I can't run in circles. It's not done yet, Leiden. It would be great if it was done. But we have to set, first of all, passability. So passability is what? Where the character can walk and where the character can't walk. And also we need to set the overlay image. So first we'll set the overlay image. I'll put it in this corner down here. What I'm going to do is an insert on the event and do a show picture. We're going to choose the graphic. It's going to be in the fixed section here. I named it Secret Treehouse, and this is going to display the overlay image over it. So just the trees part that I'm going to walk behind is there. And then I'm going to do a erase event. This just keeps it from running in the background and just showing the picture constantly. You only need to show it once. Okay? Make it done right. Meow. Did you just say meow? We're going to run this as a parallel process, so it runs in conjunction with all other processes. And that's that. When you are coming into this map, because you're showing a picture right away, you're going to want to do, before you come into this map, a fade in, or fade out and then a fade in, so that when the picture shows up, it shows up during the fade in, so it doesn't just pop in. Of course, that's only if you have differences. If you don't have any differences, like I just did, then you probably won't even notice, honestly. Reminds me, Super Troopers 2 actually is already funded over $2.3 million in a day. Wow. That's an incredible feat. I wish I could make that much money in a day. That'd be incredible. Who wants to fund my game? Anyone? No one? Okay. Whatever you say. I noticed my music was gone just now. All wonky like. Okay. Okay, that's it. Now, I'm not going to set the passability just to show you how this works without passability. So here we go. Now I'm going to have to turn this off. Here we go. So we'll just do new game because I set it to new game there. Oh, look at it. It's great. I can walk under the trees. I can walk in front of this part, and then, oh, wait, that's weird. Oh, it's because passability isn't set right. Exactly. So now, that's kind of weird. I might have to fix that. You can see my shoes behind there. But that's okay. I'll have to make it slightly taller so that my feet, yeah. I didn't think about that. I need to make it as the squares. I need to make it even as squares. But we can fix that in a jiffy later. Okay, so what am I going to do here? I definitely want to be on top here. So I'm going to play a little trick with this. According to Kickstarter and a crappy game getting $250, I should be able to fund at least $12.50. Oh yes. Oh yes. Jiffy. Official term coin. No, I don't think it's official term by me. I mean, other people have used that term. Okay, so how are we going to set this? How do we set the passability? It's very easy. I have tiles specifically made within here for me to do that. You might want to do the same for your project. Mine are in the B. They shouldn't be in the B, but they are in the B. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to change this tile set. I'm going to change it to my Celianna one. Okay, and I'm going to redo this. Bam. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I have a tile created in here that has an A on it. I have that A, or hopefully I do, I probably don't, but I'm supposed to have that A to unpassable. Okay, so that, and then the tile next to it is unpassable as well. The reason why I do that is because when I hit the A on there, I can see it. I can see exactly what I don't want passable. So, for instance, I don't want this passable, I don't want that passable, I don't want that passable, I don't want that passable. I do want to walk behind the tree. And I probably don't want some of this stuff passable, so I'll just, you know, put a whole bunch of A's in here. Whole bunch of A's. Whole bunch of A's. Whole bunch of A's. Damn. All these A's. Can't even deal with all these A's. We'll just kind of taper this off here just to make this non-passable. Whatever, you know. Pretend there's, you know, stuff there. And there we go. All of this is not passable. And you know what? I'll make this stuff unpassable. This is not going to be passable. This won't be passable. When you're up in the tree, that's fine. That's not going to be passable. That's not going to be passable. Not passable, not passable. That's fine. Okay, so you can kind of walk. You can walk back here. Actually, no. You want to make sure you already have a good following when you do. Oh, is this your project? Let me take a look at it. Look here. Lover's Rift. Oh wow, nifty. Guess what? You got starred. I get to look at you later. Oh, what? I can also follow your topic. Bam. Cool. I'll look at this guy later. Okay, I want that passable. Okay. Dawn's project is awesome. I love Dawn's project. Shut up. Just saying. It's a great one. Hey, Zoran Sosa. How's it going? Good to have you. Okay, so these are all the tiles that are going to be impassable. Cannot pass. Do not pass go. Do not collect. Do not collect your money. Ever. Don't do it. Yeah, this is all the unpassable area. So this A, I made this A in Photoshop so I know which one's not passable, and then later on, which I'm going to do right now, I can use the fill bucket tool and fill this area, fill this area, fill this area. All of this is unpassable, so it actually, the A doesn't show up in the game. And then I'm going to test it. It's not going to be completely done because I'm going to play a little trick. Ooh. Meet your crush. Who's your crush? I use a giant X on my tile set and end up making a fancy version of the X. Nice. Okay, so we'll do new game. I'm just gonna walk around and show you that now. I can't pass these things. Now, I'm going to fix this because I'm going to be able to walk up to the tree, but I'm going to do some somewhat fancy things to do that. So I can't walk over some of these roots, which is fine. I can walk behind the tree. I can walk over here. This is looking really good. It's looking real good. Yep, exactly how it should be. Exactly how it should be. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. That's okay. Not a big deal if that's like that. Oh, that's cool. Glaza. Glaza. How do you say that? I just said that in like a Texan accent. Glaza. Oh, you can't tell I'm from Texas at all. Can't tell at all. Let's see here. Okay, so what I'm going to do in Photoshop is I'm going to make another picture with just this as the top. Because what I'm going to do is you're going to be able to walk under this little square thing. So, and when you pass this part right here, it switches the graphic for you. Turns off the other picture and turns on the other picture. So, check it. Some of the trees, like, for instance, because I want you to come up here, you can't pass behind here because I want you to come up here. Well, I guess you could pass behind that and it wouldn't really matter. I could make that still above. So let me see. I could do that. That could be here. I guess from, let's see here. From this point to here about. Well, that's a little too far actually. From this point to this point. You can go through. I'll make this. That's impassable right here. Right? Okay. Impassable. Oh, I totally just used my fill bucket. I'm going to have to redo all of that. Because there's nothing, unless I can undo all of that. You know what? I'm going to just redo everything. Because I just screwed it up. I screwed up everything. My bad. Y'all are going to have to watch me put in the A's again. I know, I failed. I failed. Okay. Impassable. Impassable, impassable, impassable. You could I can make it where you can walk behind this part just fine. And that would work. Yeah, that would work. But not behind here. Just because you're going to come up here, I don't want you to be able to walk off that or anything. So, I'm sorry your connection sucks. I wish I could fix it. This will be passable back here. This will not be passable. This will not be passable. This will not be. This will not be. This will not be. This will not be. That will not be. That won't be. That won't be. That won't be. That won't be. All this won't be. All this won't be passable. This won't be passable. And this won't be passable. But you can walk all around here. Can't walk here, can't walk here, can't walk there. Can't walk there, can't walk there, can't walk there, can't walk there. Can't walk there. Can't walk there. That'll work. Okay, great. So that'll work. Now I can fill in my X's. Bam. Okay. Save that. Okay, now in Photoshop I'm going to do something. So I want on this, I need this layer because it has the square on there. I'm going to make a new layer with just this thing on there. So I'm going to select, really only this part needs to be above right here. Just this part. That's it. That's all going to be above. That's all that's going to be above on this part. It's kind of funny. Yep, exactly. Yep, I'm going to have a tile switcher. You could use a tile switcher script. Yeah, I'm just going to use an event. I do things the long way sometimes, so that's what I'm going to do. Control X. Control V. Oh, no. Control V. And put that back where it needs to be. There we go. Alright. Now I'm going to get rid of that. Do Files, Save, for Web, Save, Tile Switcher script. The giant tree is awesome. Celianna makes such good stuff. I mean, good lord. I wish I could make stuff as like half as good as her. Okay, this is going to be Secret Treehouse. This is going to be Secret Treehouse. I'll just call it 2, whatever. And then what I'm going to do here is when you pass over this area, you'll do a... Actually, yeah, when you pass over that area, we'll do show picture, picture graphic, Secret Treehouse 2. And it's just that one little piece of wood. There it is. And then, actually, I could do a conditional branch. Parallel process. Insert. Let's see if this works. A conditional branch. Nah. I'll do it this way. Okay, below character, this is going to be event touch. Not parallel process, event touch. And then when you get back down here, it's going to switch it back to the this one. I'm sorry, it's going to be a player touch. My bad. Yeah, you can definitely rewatch this. I'm going to also upload it to YouTube. I'll give you my YouTube channel link here in a bit. Let's see here. Player touch. There we go. Okay. Now, let's see if this worked. Let's see if it works the way I want it to work. So, when I walk up here, yeah, see that? I'm going to set this to ladder. I'll set a invisible tile that's set to ladder, so when you walk up, you don't face down on there. I have a slight pop in the shadows over here on the right side, but I could probably take care of that later. It's not even that big of a deal. Shouldn't be walking up there, but I'm going to put a X right here, a non-passable tile right here where I'm standing, so you can just walk up to the door and then go in. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Can you be half in it? Yeah, I'm like, my head's just poking up. So when I'm back down here, though, the event that I have set turns the top picture back on, the other top picture. So yeah, I might consider widening the box. But for this purpose, it serves its purpose for this tutorial, really. And then I like to, I'll just add stuff in. Oh, without doing that. So I'll add some grass in here. Don't worry about this going over the trees, because this is still going to show up under. So I'll do that. And this grass in here. Now, I do worry about this part, because if I cover it, it's going to take care of the shadows, so I probably won't edit anything there. If I want to add anything in here, I'll add it in Photoshop. And I can add more trees if I want to, if I got any. I don't know. There they are. Got more trees. I can add more trees later if I want, all that good stuff. Some of that I might take care of in Photoshop, but this gives you a basic idea. You said amounts like $1 a month and $5 a month. I give out reward space. Then cycles. Oh yeah. Y'all are talking about guy that owns the tree house needs to cut his grass. Yes, he needs to cut his grass. Totally, I agree. This is just too much. Put a little path going up here. Maybe a dirt path. Not that path. I'll do a dirt path. Yep. Kickstarter's more than just earning more money. It's the work involved with after getting that money. There's so much to do. I wish I could set that gate up. I could do that in Photoshop if I want. I could have like a little gate here. You could have, you know, you could have a couple boxes laying around, something like that. Put them right there, and you could have a grave. Maybe his wife died or something. Sad story. You know, something like that. And maybe a lantern or two. Put a lantern here. you know? Maybe another lantern here. Nah, I'm just kidding. Actually, I might put a lantern there. That looks pretty good. And then, yeah, looks pretty good. Let's see how it looks in game. Alright, Elcar. This just takes practice and time, you know, to get used to doing this kind of thing. I don't have my passability set for some of this stuff, like the boxes, but I can go back and change that. And I don't have my grass set to grass. It's okay. Looks pretty good. It's not bad. I just walked on a grave. It's all good. Cool. Okay, and that's one thing I'd have to think about, is you do have to worry about that, the grass there, because I took out some of that on the other map. So that's something to think about. I would have to add some of that tree back in. That actually wouldn't be very hard to do. Would be very easy. In fact, I'll show you how easy it would be. Just go back to this layer. Just basically copy all of this into this layer here. Line it up, of course. Get rid of that. And some of those other trees you might have to add back into. For instance, these right here. So let's undo that. Let's delete that layer. Let's go here. Let's do the lasso tool. We'll just lasso all of this here. Lasso, 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 lasso. Bam. Probably don't even need that much. How easy would it be? Trash race set in a... How easy would it be? It would be super freaking easy. Super freaking easy. That's all I gotta say about that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And then just save it. Just save over the file that you made. So save for web. That's just so that when you switch over to that graphics, it wouldn't be as bad. Let's see here. Fixed. Needs to be secret treehouse 2. Save over the secret treehouse 2. Okay. Bam. Now let's see. Let's see if my my quick fix works. My easy fix. My super freaking easy fix. Let's see if it worked. Oh, it shifts a little bit. I would have to shift it back down just a hair. What an idiot. Look at that. It moves up a hair. Silly Jacob. Tricks are for kids. Ah, I see this. See that? Just need to bring it on down. Bring it on down. Just a little bit more. That's it. That's it. Super freaking easy. So stupid.
It's so freaking easy. It's stupid.
Silly boys. Girls are for girls. Hey, I'm married to a very beautiful woman, okay? Welcome back, Elcar. You missed everything. I'm sorry. I'm done. Good night. See ya. Yes, I was going to upload this to the YouTubes.
Upload.
Just like that. With that face. I'll be making that face when I do it. Oh, look. No transition. So good. So good. Look at that. YouTubes. To the YouTubes. Okay. So it's a series of tubes. Okay, let me look up my channel. YouTube.com should be Jacob. Hold on, yeah. My channel. Here it is. My channel. Will this work for y'all? Does that work? Does that link work? Does that work? Subbed. Yes. Thank you for the subscribing. I have another channel. I'm kind of embarrassed to show other people, but it's, you know, enough of my friends have seen this channel with my silly videos of me and my friends doing silly songs. I really don't care if anybody else sees them at this point. Okay, follow, like, subscribe. Yeah. I love all these subscriptions. Let me see if I can find it. I have, there it is. Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay, if y'all want to see some me being really stupid with my friend, here you go. Yep, I posted some of those. Nice beard, by the way. Oh, my friend is trying to talk to me. He said he can't talk to me on the Twitch chat. Aw. You need to English. Dress. There was no sub in that word. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening. You can even set up camp in here if you want. You just be like, bam. Oh, my friend's asking what PC parts upgrade am I shooting for. So I'm deciding that I probably want to go Intel on the processor, and I want a solid state drive. So I'm going to need a new motherboard, a new processor, and a new processor, new motherboard, and a new solid state drive. That's what I want. Those are the upgrade things that I want, and that's it. Let's see here. I love Celianna tiles. They're freaking awesome. Why are all these so awesome? Just put like pots here. A pot here. Put a pot here. This guy just collects pots. He's a pot collector. Just collecting pots and all that good stuff everywhere. Collects, you know, stone pots, wood, clay pots, pots, potty pots, potty pots. Mine. Solid state drives. So he's telling me that solid state drives are overrated, but let me tell you the benefits of solid state drives. A solid state drive is great for load times. So, you know, in high intensity games and big programs that you want to load quickly, the solid state drive is a lot faster at loading those programs, and it runs, Windows actually runs faster on a solid state drive, and it boots faster. So those are some pretty big, pretty good things to have. He probably that's funny. He probably sees that. He's watching the stream right now. He just can't chat on Twitch for some reason. The Twitch chat is not working for him. So, yeah. Unfortunately, he can't chat among you all. I think I'm done with my Parallax stuff. I think I did pretty good. I mean, it's pretty fast remake here, or pretty fast Parallax map. In under an hour. Nope, you're invisible. That's funny. Indeed, your desktop boots in 8 seconds. So nice. Yes, solid state drives boot times are amazing. In fact, I work for a company that sells point of sale systems, and in the future we are going to be using solid state drives. It's just so much better, especially in a fast environment like a restaurant, you know, that kind of thing. I don't sell the point of sale systems. I only I build the servers, and we set up terminals, and we maintain the systems. I'm a technician. I don't sell them myself. Your first one is OCZ, and it crapped out in the first 2 months. Oh, yeah. I would probably get a Samsung, or there's some other good ones out there that I read into. You're making you a cake? Am I making you a cake? I don't know. I like cake, but I don't know if I'm gonna make you one. So Leiden is invisible, and there are multiple invisible Leidens. You level up. Uh-oh. Da 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 da. Fleeting Infinity has gained a level via Leiden. Coolio.